Hello cricket lovers, I am Mayuresh Pansar and today we are going to talk about history. क्या? Confused हो गए? But don't worry, we are not actually going to talk about the history or those wars or those dates और ये wars कहाँ पे हुए. पर इस हफ्ते IPL में इतने सारे रिकॉर्ड्स हुए कि हर दूसरे मैच में जाके IPL का हिस्ट्री बुक खोलना पड़ता था और जाके उसमें कुछ चेंजेस करने पड़ते थे. So let us talk about that on the show this week. History has been made when IPL witnessed its first ever double super over match. Dhawan smashes 2 consecutive centuries and became the only player to do so in the history of IPL. Siraj bowled 2 back-to-back maiden overs and became the first player in the history of IPL to achieve this feat. For the first time in the history of IPL, the men in yellow, Chennai Super Kings, are not making to the playoff stage. And the resurgence of Kings 11 Punjab. See, बोला था ना मैंने, आज हम हिस्ट्री के बारे में बात करेंगे. Because as we always talk about the top 5 moments from a week, this time out of those 5 moments, 4 are the historic moment. And there is a no-brainer, this one has to be our first pick, the super over. Yes, the date 18th of October 2020 has already made into the history book of IPL, as this was the date when the whole world saw 3 super overs being played in a matter of 6 hours. How? The first one between SRH and KKR, which KKR won quite comfortably and took those very important 2 points. But it was the second match between Mumbai and Punjab, which didn't give us a clear winner even after 42 overs, which means 20 legal overs for each side, and a super over also couldn't tell which team has won this nail-biting match. Yes, the super over also got tied, and for the first time in the history, we witnessed the second super over being played. We definitely witnessed a high-voltage drama that day, and even the biggest names from the cricket field acknowledge this as the best game of IPL ever. The second point is an extension of the point we discussed in the last video as well. Remember, we discussed about a player who has been a part of IPL since more than a decade and has finally managed to hit his first ever IPL century after playing close to 170 games. Though he waited for this long to hit his first turn in IPL, but he made sure he will not at all wait for his second century in IPL and did it in real Gabbar style in the very next game itself. Shikhar Dhawan became the first ever player to score 2 consecutive centuries in IPL, and as we said in the last video, we are hoping many more out of his willow in the days to come. Although we witnessed some nail-biting matches and some splendid batting performances this week, there were some quite one-sided matches as well, and credits to some really super bowling efforts. Remember that spell by Trent Bolt, which brought CSK on their knees, or the fifer by Varun Chakravarti to defeat the formidable Delhi Capitals? We definitely witnessed some great bowling performances this week. But the one which really stood out was bowled by a RCB bowler. A bowler who is not so used to get this attention and has always been a weak link in that RCB lineup, this time made sure he will not only get the attention but also will be leading the bowling lineup that day. Siraj bowled one exceptional spell, took 2 wickets in his first over and another one in the very next over without giving a single run, and became the first ever bowler in the history of IPL to bowl 2 maiden overs. Siraj definitely made sure that he can be the go-to bowler when the ball is swinging, but also made a statement that his team is very much in the contention to be among the top 2 teams going into the playoffs. And these were all the glorious moments making their way into the history book of IPL. But there is another one which fans would have never thought coming their way. But this is 2020 and weird things are bound to happen. Yes, we are talking about one of the most successful team in the history of IPL. A team which has always made into the playoff stage no matter what. But this year, the men in yellow, Chennai Super Kings, wouldn't be featuring in the top 4 and will have to pack their bags in the league phase itself. एक ऐसी टीम जिसके ऊपर मीम्स आते थे कि all the teams fight with each other to play a final against CSK. The same team is on the final journey of IPL this week. But remember, they still have 3 more games, and although they now cannot make it to the playoffs, we can still expect some late resurgence from their team. But as we talk about their resurgence, the one team which has definitely understood the meaning of this word is Kings 11 Punjab. The team, which was looking complete off color in the first half of the tournament, is now very much in the competition to be among the top 4 by the end of league's phase. Kings 11 Punjab have won 4 consecutive matches and now are sitting at the 5th place on points table with just a difference of 2 points between them and 4th placed KKR. And the momentum surely seems to have shifted their way as they won the matches against some big teams like RCB, Mumbai Indians and Delhi Capitals and have literally snatched the victory from SRH as well the other day. And as UV Paji said, Kings 11 Punjab is looking so threatening that he won't be surprised if they make it to the finals as well. Anyways, there is a long way to go for that, but Kings 11 Punjab surely have warned all the other teams with their late resurgence. Though Punjab has started to find the rhythm quite well in the tournament, but we won't be late in bringing another video for you all. अगले हफ्ते आपके लिए आएगा और एक एक्साइटिंग आईपीएल वीडियो. तब तक जी हाँ, आईपीएल देखो, क्रिकेट की बातें करो और हमारे चैनल को लाइक, कमेंट्स, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करो. बाय बाय, हैव अ फैंटास्टिक वीक अहेड. थैंक यू.